Hello, welcome back to another haul video. Darth Vader. Love it. I love this statue. Hello, welcome back to another haul video. Going forward, I think this is a good backdrop to have. First up, I was able to cross another book off my list. Been looking for this book for years. Deadly Hands of Kung Fu issue 14. Finally. Look at this beauty. Insane high grade beauty. Look at that. Razor sharp corners and edges. Look at that. Just look at that. Yeah. ElfQuest. This is the last of the magazine that I need to complete my run. The reason why it's the last because it's the least important for me. It's a reprint. It's weird how the number is, even though it's number 1, it's actually the 4th book that was printed. You get the original is of course the ElfQuest Quarterly, I believe. I have that. It's an orange, smaller size book, and then Wendy and Richard Pini. That's where the WARP name came from. Their first name initial. Came up with issue 2 and 3, and then they decided to reprint issue 1 and name it number 1. So that's why it's confusing for a lot of people. They think number 1 is of course the first issue, but it's not. It's number 4 in the sequential order. But now the run is complete. Next up is a couple amazing adventures. Issue 5, 6, 7, and 8. Have Neal Adams art and cover. I must say I was disappointed in the art of issue 6, 7. Issue 5 have Tom Palmer inking, so you know the quality is awesome. But then issue 6, 7, and 8, somebody else inked it, and I was not a big fan of that. Perhaps one of these days I will show the interior of these 3 books and show you why I was not a big fan of the interior of these 3 books, even though it was Neal Adams penciling. Okay, so got that. Next up, perhaps the biggest hidden gem of John Byrne run in the late 70s and early 80s is Marvel Team Up. I had a copy of this book long ago, super high grade, and I slapped it and sold it. I think I got a 9.6, if I can, I think so. But anyhow, took me forever to find a replacement. Always look out for cheap, high grade books, and I finally find a copy. Beautiful art inside. I can't say enough about how for John Byrne fan out there, beside the Avengers and the X-Men of the late 70s, this title have a lot of goodness in it. Here is a tough book to find, but I finally found a high grade copy. This one is about a 9.0, I think. The square bound DC, for whatever reason, are so much harder to find in high grades compared to the Marvel. At least from my experience, of course Marvel, square bound are not as many, beside the reprints, at least in the 70s, but this one is beautiful. I love it. For me, Brave and the Bold is probably the most underrated title that Neal Adams did in the 60s. A lot of people focus on Batman and Detective, but to me, this is probably one of my favorite Neal Adams run as far as the late 60s. Beautiful art inside. Beautiful. I like this even more than some of the Batman. The best thing is there's a lot of interior art inside as well, not just the covers. Okay, so great title to chase down and collect if you're a Neal Adams fan. This is a beautiful copy, 8.5. Once again, when it comes down to Silver Age, I don't need 9.2, 9.4. 8.5, well presented 8.5 is perfect and affordable. I can't stress that enough. Love this book. Another Neal Adams horror to add to my collection. This one's a beautiful copy. It's about a 9.0, I think. Beautiful, look at that. Lovely. Now this title, this is the first. This Neal Adams did a few covers for this title. Nothing special, but you know, being a Neal Adams fan, and of course Deadman, you know, how can I say no, right? To have a book with Deadman and Neal Adams inside, why not? And this is also another 8.5 copy. Speaking of 8.5, here's another one. Affordable, gorgeous beauty. Everything looked good in Mylar, right? Look at that, love it. Beautiful. Never owned that book before, so another one to keep adding to my Avengers collection. I'm close. I think I am 2 issues away from finishing my Phantom Stranger run with Neal Adams cover. Okay, I'm not trying to collect the whole run, but I'm just trying to collect every single Neal Adams cover in high grade, and this one is pretty sweet. It's I think it's a 9.2-ish. Beautiful. Last but not least, I bought this from the CGC forum.